Hello and welcome to Top 100 Prospects, where we run through the top 100 prospects, it's in the name, for a business. And it'll be different business each time. Today is Vitruvi Software. They make construction management software for engineering companies, oil and gas and things like that. And we'll run through it in a second. And the reason for doing this is to show how quickly you can come up with your best prospects so you can start reaching out to them with value-led approaches and to win some new business, because that's the point. And when you get this right, you then start getting predictable pipeline. It's not like content, it's not like marketing where it's inbound, it's hope, it's predictable once you get it right. So let's dive in. So Vitruvi Software, construction management, let's go to solutions. Who are they targeting by role? So financial managers, engineering managers, project managers, field technicians, and by industry. Okay, so we've got a few different things here. If we include all these industries, we're going to have loads and loads of leads. If we include all these roles too. So again, we want to go with the best 100. So, okay. The other thing that's jumping out is, are engineering managers and project managers people that can be using the software the champions, or are they going to be the decision makers? In this instance, I think they're going to be the people using the software. There's going to be team members, but they also are going to be people that you want to reach out to discuss, because if they have a business case for needing it, they are the people that are going to drive that. So who do we actually want to narrow this down to? I think engineering managers, project managers, it's a construction tool. Project managers are the ones who are involved in the overall project. Engineering, involved in engineering. Financial managers are kind of to the side, and field technicians might be lower down. So let's target these two. In terms of industry, who should we go for when we're narrowing down? Well, actually, let's have a look at their logos to see who are some of their clients. So we're looking at Wired Fibre, Utopia Fibre, Wessex Internet, Valley Fibre. We're getting a lot of telecoms. And when we take all of those logos and we put them into a tool like Claude, ChatGPT, and we can actually analyze, where are these companies based? What's the industry? It is coming out as fibre, being the dominant industry. So let's choose telecoms, fibre, internet. And when we also have a look at where these companies are based, the majority are coming out in the US. So let's also narrow down to the US. So if we were to go to Apollo, where we start scraping for leads, we can have a look at job titles. So engineer manager, project manager, no other titles. We can start looking at company lookalikes, Valley Fibre Limited, Hawaiian Telcom, Lightspeed Broadband, Wired Fibre, etc., etc. Located in the US, both person and company. Now, for employee size, we can have a look at the logos again and see what size companies are these. Now, the majority were coming out between 50 to 500. So I think we'll assume that 50 might be a little bit on the low side. We want the best prospects, going to have more budget, the more employees they have. Also, they're going to be bigger projects, so needing more complicated software. So let's go between 100 to 500. There are companies that are coming out larger than that, but they need their own unique approach. Like enterprise sales needs its own way of doing things, so we can kind of leave those out. So this is the sweet spot for have budget, but also going to be faster sales cycles, choosing telecoms as an industry. And then we have the ICP. Now we want to start layering on top of that, like in-market signals. So we can do things like, are they hiring for a project manager within the company? Are they hiring for an engineering manager? I used to work at these big engineering companies and they have multiple engineering managers on the project. So you can reach out to one engineering manager, but they're also hiring for others. It shows there's going to be growth in that project and growth in that team. So yeah, we can look at these signals, scrape those lists. We can have a look at rapid growth, because that shows that they're growing, headcount, revenue. They're going to have money to invest, and they're taking growth seriously. 154 leads. We can have a look at those who are having merger and acquisitions. We have 3, but still very, very good. And we can have a look at people that have taken a new role as a project manager, because they might be open to changing things up in new initiatives. And we have 7 leads. So we can take those leads and we can scrape those lists. Now, how do we do that? Well, if we wanted to say let's do the rapid growth signal. And now we want to select those leads. So we say max number of people. There's 154 people in this list. We want a maximum 3 people in the company. We don't want to be really reaching out to any more than that. Maybe 5, but let's go for 3. And we can select all of those people. And once we've done that, we can add to a list. So we can create a new list and add to a list. Now we've already created those lists, Blue Peter style. And so for Vitruvi, we've got list 1 hiring for PM or project manager, engineering manager. List 2 is rapid growth. List 3 is new role. So again, you can start to see how we're going to do different types of messaging for different lists. A new role is, hey, notice you're a project manager and you just joined this new role. How's it going so far? For list 1, it could be, hey, I noticed you're hiring for a project manager. As you get more and more project managers and more team members, it's important that you kind of enable your team. Do you feel enabled? What software are you currently using? So you can see how you're going to tailor the messaging depending on the list. So we've got all these lists, merger acquisition, office expansion. We can export those lists from Apollo, verified emails, hit export. And then what we can do is we can take all of those exports and combine them into a single list. So you can see we've just uploaded all those lists. We've said, look, can you please dedupe? Can you stack them all on top? And can you add an extra column that shows what signals they have? And we can take that list and import it into Freckle. So we've got Vitruvi top 100 here. And we've got the signals column that we've added, first name, last name, title, company name. We've enriched with phone numbers. We've got email. We have validated those emails, which we'll show through in a second, and also all of the other information that's been carried across from Apollo. And then what we can do is we want to just verify, is this lead a good lead based on, does it fit ICP and does it fit buyer persona? Now, you might say, well, we've done that in Apollo, but sometimes Apollo gets it wrong and we're looking for a really, really clean list. So you can hit a prompt. We're obviously using the OpenAI API here, ChatGPT 5 as the model, input title, department, company name, website. Here's the ICP, here's the buyer persona criteria. And if it matches both of those, return good lead. Filter out any leads that aren't good. We've got justification as to why it's a good lead. And here is just verifying that the emails are valid. And if they're catch-all, verifying it's deliverable, because we do want to send to catch-alls if they're deliverable. And here we go. We have a list of 90 leads. Now, if we wanted to create messaging as well, then we can then build out the messaging, like I say, for each signal. So for the rapid growth signal, for no signals, we might want to reach out to them all individually. We might want to do manual research. New role will have a script. Merger acquisition will have a script. And on we go. But for this video, we're just looking at building the top 100. So we have the list. We can export, download as a CSV, and we can upload that to G Drive. And you can see here we've got our list. And so now we can reach out to each one via email, via phone call, multi-channel outreach, and we can offer value that's relevant to that person and book some meetings and close some deals. So I hope this was useful. Any questions, add to the comments and I'll get back to you straight away.